First Corinthians chapter 13. Love is the greatest. If I could speak all the languages of earth and of angels, but didn't love others, I would only be a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I had a gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans, and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that I could move mountains, but didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor, and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it. But if I didn't love others, I would have gained nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Prophecy and speaking in unknown languages and special knowledge will become useless, but love will last forever. Now, our knowledge is partial and incomplete, and even the gift of prophecy reveals only part of the whole picture. But when the time of perfection comes, these partial things will become useless. When I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. Now we see things imperfectly, like puzzling reflections in a mirror. But then we will see everything with perfect clarity. All that I know now is partial and incomplete, but then I will know everything completely, just as God now knows me completely. Three things will last forever: faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love. In today's Bible reflection, the Bible states that love never gives up. Other things may fail, but not love, because love is a powerful force in dealing with others. One remarkable story that best exemplifies today's reading is the story of Helen Keller, who was blind and deaf due to an illness when she was a toddler. In spite of her limitations, she impacts the world with her courage and kindness. But as they say, behind every great woman is another great story and person. Before Helen Keller, there is the story of little Annie, who was locked in the dungeon of a mental institution outside Boston, which, according to the doctors, was a place for the hopelessly insane. They say Annie behaved like an animal, assaulting those who came close to her cage. On other times, she just sat in a daze. There is a sweet elderly nurse who gives love and hope for all God's children. She starts spending time during her lunch break outside little Annie's cage. She hoped to communicate her love to Annie in some way. One time, she left her dessert, a chocolate brownie, next to Annie's cage. There was no response from Annie when she gave it. The next day, though, the nurse realized the brownie had been consumed. So she gave one to Annie every Thursday. As the weeks passed, doctors began to notice improvement in little Annie. Eventually, they moved her upstairs after several months of staying in the dungeon. Miraculously, the day arrived when the hopeless case they thought Annie was can finally return home. Annie was already an adult at that time, and she opted to remain in the institution to support and help other children. As a take-home message, just like the elderly nurse, little Annie, and Helen Keller, God loves us unconditionally. He never gives up on us. The challenge for us today is, if they can do it, so can we for each other.